say that I was born ready.
We would never be ready for something that we do regularly.
I'm never ready
Crazy.
for that. Never ready for work in the morning either.
Nobody's ever ready for work in the morning. That's a fact. Fact of life.
Oh, Donkey did a video on Kingdom Hearts. I didn't know that.
Everybody has it.
I bet,
man.
But I like it when Donkey does videos. Most of the time, I ignore everybody else.
Oh yeah, Donkey's tight. I like Donkey.
Yeah.
Ryan, you're falling off a little bit there. Here.
Yeah, squeep in here a little bit.
Fix you a little bit there. There we go.
Squeep.
There we go. A little more rye here. You know, push that over slightly. Oop, or not. Okay. We're just gonna leave it there because I feel like
I think we nailed it.
If I fuck it up, now it's all going to hell.
Yeah.
So.
And then everybody's gonna be on the stream being like, "It's still
They're
fucked
like,
up,"
"You're an
and we'll be like, "I'm trying my hardest."
Have you ever even done this before, you moron?
You do it,
It's
8-year-old.
still fucked up.
Okay, I think we might be good for the most part.
Maybe.
I had to get that out before that.
Dude, gross, dog.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's gonna cut us off, I think. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just gonna fucking leave it, and we're gonna just roll with it.
Make this bitch full screen.
That's how we do here. Hi, Chris. How are you doing? It's been a while.
Oh.
It's been a minute, my dude.
It's your boy,
been
Chris.
A minute.
Shaboy.
You been playing Kingdom Hearts, Chris?
Shaboy. I don't know if Chris do you like Kingdom Hearts, Chris? Yeah.
Play the second one.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Jesus Christ, God, you guys are totally just ruining my groove here, okay?
We were quiet.
I know, right? What's up, everybody? We're Digital Therapy. I'm Brandon. This is Peter, and we got Ryan again today. Oh wait, you guys haven't seen that video yet. We got a video coming up with Ryan. You'll love it. Good stuff. And today we're fucking gonna talk about Kingdom Hearts. If you couldn't get that from the thumbnail, the description, or the title.
We are. Oh shit.
Yeah, you guys get prepared because we're about to have a large Kingdom Hearts discussion here. Hike us down a little bit on that volume, right? Just a
Make
couple
that shit
dials.
quiet. Subtitles are on.
Push us some decibels down. Yeah, we don't need that shit.
Making it appear.
So we should probably just jump right into this.
Yeah.
I think we've all beaten Kingdom Hearts 3 now, correct?
Let's start this way. What did you guys like?
Well, I think we should do a little more intro here. So we've all beaten Kingdom Hearts 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
and
sorry,
we've
I
all.
didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay, and we've all played Kingdom Hearts, lots of Kingdom Hearts, through our years.
I've played almost every single one.
Yeah,
Since childhood.
Yeah, since childhood pretty much, and Ryan is definitely one of the only ones that has played all the way through all of them. So he'll be a lot of help when we're trying to figure out all this confusing story stuff. But yeah, we've all been waiting for this game since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. Long time, so we were all very excited to get into this. And yes, Ryan, now we can all start with things we liked about this game, because I think there's a lot to talk about on both ends of that.
Just off the bat, one thing that is apparent right from the beginning, the fast-paced combat.
Oh, definitely. Right off the bat, is Sora is quick. He runs around real nice.
Yeah. He's really grown into 16-year-old, or is he 15?
Even though
I
he's,
don't know.
oh, who fucking knows at this point? There's so much time travel. I think he forgot all of his memories through this whole game for some reason.
Yeah, but the combat was super different.
Yeah,
today, when I finished the game, the first thing I did was make a file on the first one and do some of that shit, and the combat is polar opposite.
On the first game?
Yeah, the very first one.
Interesting.
Because you start off, you don't have any spells, you can't dodge roll or anything. It's basically run around and chop stuff. And so it's super slow, super like I don't know, numbers based, but it's not that way anymore.
Not at all. It's well, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, let's keep going on good stuff. Good stuff for now. We'll get into. We got a whole list of trash to talk about here. So, other good stuff I liked about this game. I'm happy that this game finally came out.
Yeah.
I thought even though it took a while, I thought it was cool to see everybody together.
Agreed. Yeah, that's one thing I was excited about, is just to see everyone back together. It's kind of surreal to actually play this game, admittedly, just because it's been so fucking long. We've literally been waiting, what, 13 years since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out?
I mean, if you count,
give or take.
Like, if you bought Kingdom Hearts 2 and then beat it and were like, wow, I can't wait for 3, then yeah, it's been 12 years.
Jesus, yeah, that's ridiculous. And I mean, obviously we played a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2 in between then. You and me didn't really play any of the side games as far as I'm concerned.
I played one of them for the 3DS.
Really?
That one was pretty good.
Oh, Dream Drop Distance.
Okay, for sure.
But it didn't fill me in on any of the story. I'm still totally lost.
The Dream Drop Distance, basically the only reason for that game to exist is to test Sora and Riku as Keyblade Masters. Riku got the power of waking, which I'm still kind of fuzzy on. Sora never got the power of waking, and that's where this picks up.
They mention that here. They're like, "Oh, you failed your test," and it's kind of like, "Oh."
Yeah, he's directly referencing Dream Drop Distance.
Okay.
Did that literally happen right before this game?
Yes.
Okay,
Pretty
for
much.
sure. I see now. Anyway, now that we got that out of the way, what else did you guys like about this game?
Exploring?
Yeah, that's probably one of my more favorite parts is at least the first time through a level, I really don't see a lot of reason to return to levels other than collecting the Mickey Mouse heads and chests and shit. But yeah, the first time through it was fun to find every little nook and cranny. There are nice little side paths you can go off a lot of the time.
There's cool secrets, fun stuff to find,
definitely.
solving puzzles or whatever, and there's little mini games.
As gummy ships appear on screen, the gummy ship system
way overhauled.
Better.
Way better. Yeah, I completely agree. I love that it's kind of like it's very Star Foxy. It's like kind of an open area. I mean, I guess it's always sort of been Star Foxy, but you have a lot more.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an open, free roam gummy area, you know?
Cool.
That being said, I haven't really spent a lot of time doing that.
Do it.
I made a gummy ship at the very beginning, and it's kind of gotten me all the way through. But.
So, pro tip for you guys. I'm pretty sure you told me that you planned on revisiting Kingdom Hearts in general.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was going to say, I just beat it the other day, but I was kind of trying to take a little bit of a break to do some other stuff, but I'm definitely going to come back and finish all the extra shit.
If you depart from the Keyblade graveyard in the Eclipse Galaxy, there's asteroids on either side of that giant structure. If you just like pound down those asteroids, you have a pretty high chance of getting like adamantite, electrum, which is needed for Keyblade upgrades. So just spend a lot of time shooting down the asteroid. You'll get other synth materials. You'll get a gummy block here and there. The upgrade materials are really rare as you go up, understandably.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about Damascus? Because I thought I would be able to buy that, but it never popped up on the shop. Is there a good way to farm it?
You get fluorite at one point.
Yeah, you can buy fluorite, but I seem to be stuck on Damascus.
I'm pretty sure it's just something you pick up or you find on enemies or something like that.
I found it in a lot of chests.
If I recall, you can also farm that from asteroids in like Starlight Galaxy. Is that the second one? Or is it
I don't know.
Dude,
the second
couldn't tell you.
Yeah, there's only 3 of them, and it's not super hard.
Don't quote me on this, but I believe you can synthesize it.
Okay.
Or I'll have to
just
double
straight out
check.
buy
I'll have to
it.
look.
You create it out of other materials or something.
I was
in the
looking through the
Moogle shop.
unlocks, and it was I never saw one that said, "Now you'll unlock Damascus."
But it definitely, like, all of the upgrade materials, which is another plus, I think, they drop in space. And so it gives you a reason to
be
make
out
a
there.
good gummy ship and upgrade your weapon so you can break those
The bigger blue. Yeah, okay. You get stronger weapons or something to deteriorate those, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta do. Basically, you have to do a certain amount of damage per second to be able to keep up with, because it has a certain regenerative factor, if you want to put it that way.
Well, I guess we'll just kind of we have a whole list of stuff that we're gonna talk about. I'm assuming we'll go through good and bad to that and stuff from here on. So I'll start going off our list, but really quick, I just wanted to reply to Mr. Chris here. We're glad you're doing great, of course, and I'm glad that you've been playing Kingdom Hearts, especially it seems like you've never really been into that before. Super dope. Glad to see other people playing Kingdom Hearts, of course. That's awesome.
I left that fist bump up there for a good 3 seconds.
He better bump it back.
One more chance.
That being said, being long time Kingdom Hearts fans that we are, I definitely enjoyed this game, but we have some issues with it for sure.
Disappointing.
Disappointing is totally the word I would use. And we're gonna jump right into that.
Yeah, what was the first
thing on our list is inconsistent voice acting.
Yeah.
This is totally an issue throughout the whole video game. You guys were watching the Hercules level right now, which I was gonna say is probably one of the better showing offs of the voice acting in this game. Like Hades does a great job. I'm pretty sure Zeus and Hercules are the same voice actors. If they aren't, they did a fine job. and you really don't notice too much.
Most of the time, it's when they don't get the original voice actor.
Yeah.
When it's like Zachary Levi or whoever from Tangled, and like anytime they got the real voice actor, they do a pretty solid job.
They do a pretty solid job, absolutely. And even then, like they have a lot of the same returning voice actors, obviously for the Kingdom Hearts characters. But even then, it's like I feel like the game starts off pretty strong with the voice acting, and then by the end, it almost sounds like people are phoning in line sometimes.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Some of them get bad.
Some of it's bad.
There's one in particular that even Donald says. He says, "This seems like a good place to find some ingredients." It takes him like 5 seconds to say that line. It's a terrible, terrible line of dialogue.
It's awful. And then sometimes they'll be like, they'll be having this conversation, and it'll just pause for a couple seconds. The camera will pan to someone, and they'll make like an awkward anime noise, like, huh?
Yeah.
And then it'll just pan away from them like it never fucking happened, and then just move on to the scene, and you're like, why is that there? Why the hell was that?
Weird ass awkward.
I expect it to be awkward. It's Kingdom Hearts. It's always been awkward, but it's like, Jesus Christ, sometimes it's just abysmal.
Yeah.
Maybe the older games are just as bad as I'm not remembering.
That very well could be something, but
jeez, it just seems like people just phone in their lines sometimes. It's so bad. It's just all over the place. Sometimes it's great, other times it's like the Toy Story world, for instance. Buzz and Woody are clearly not the same people, but then all the other Toy Story characters are great. Like the dinosaur and the ham or whatever, Hammy. They're great. They sound just like their characters. They do a great job.
And just to be fair, that's not all on Square or Disney.
Oh, surely not.
You know, if they ask, hey, Tim Allen, you want to come back and do Buzz? And he's just like, no. What else can they do at that point? So it's fair, but still, the weird pauses.
It's just very noticeable, you know.
I wish they would have gotten better voice actors if they weren't going to get the real ones. Like or I don't know, or sometimes it's the pausing, the way they put these scenes together. It seems like
sometimes the cutting is weird, or even maybe it's a script a lot of the time where it's like maybe the voice actor's just trying to do the best they fucking can.
Maybe it didn't translate well from Japanese to English.
Maybe.
I don't know.
For sure.
It definitely didn't translate well with when we got lost in Toy Box.
Oh yeah.
That's right, because you guys got lost knowing where to go.
Yeah, if you guys got lost, then you're not alone. Because the army guy literally says, like, you can get to wherever you're trying to go through the open window in like Babies and Tots, I think the store is called. And so I spent like 20 minutes in there, and then I had to look it up. It wasn't even in the same store.
I wandered around until I found it, but they never put something on your mini-map to say, go here. And that pisses me off. It's a video game. Tell me where to go.
I mean, I don't necessarily mind them like outwardly telling me where to go. I mean, Zelda does that a lot, where it kind of like gives you an idea. No, well, I don't always think a marker's a thing you need, but they at least need to give you the available environment tools and know-how of what's around you and stuff to know where to go. Because like Zelda never outwardly gives you a thing, but the environment kind of like pushes you in the right direction as long as you kind of know where you're going.
Or even in the newest one, when it's open world, you see a giant elephant, and you say that's where the second dungeon
I need to go there.
is.
Exactly.
Go over there.
I know where I need to go. And no, you're right. It kind of feels like an old way of game design at that point. It reminds me a lot of like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, where like that happens all the time in KH 1 and 2, where they're just like, oh, we need to do this thing, and then you go there and you're like, apparently I need to talk to someone or something weird, you know?
They sometimes in the old ones would do the classic Square thing of, oh, you don't know what to do, you have to leave, you have to try to walk out of this room.
You gotta walk out,
and then
go
a cutscene starts.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Also, just because that reminded me, this happened towards the end of the game, when it gives you that death screen, but you have to like tap a button to come back. That's stupid.
I was like,
staring
at it, I'm like, this is a cutscene,
no,
right?
I know, that
oh
freaked
no,
me out.
you have to press.
Especially because right before that, I got killed, so then I had to start over, and then I got to that scene, and I was like, did I die? Like, am I gonna get through this? Like, what the hell is happening?
I figured it was a cutscene because I activated the entire thing that I couldn't control with triangle, but it was still like, I sat there for a good like minute, like, I just went to the bathroom. What happened?
Yeah, right. Like, what the hell's
Did
happening?
I really die?
Did I miss something, or what's going on? Anyway, the voice I mean, maybe I should have known this from older Kingdom Hearts games, because the script has always been weird, and the voice acting has probably been inconsistent. I didn't realize, but I just really noticed it with this one. Especially after starting off real strong in Hercules, it really went downhill after that, I feel.
It's very apparent that this is the demo that they worked on.
Totally.
And then they just did the rest of the game.
Yeah, and then they just, like, slapped on the rest of the game. Anyway, I guess
I remember years ago seeing just a short little clip of Sora in what appeared to be, like, Traverse Town or something, riding on a Heartless form, surfing on a Heartless form, the way he does with the Keyblades in this game.
Yeah.
And they just cut that, which
he does the surfing, but
that seems a very situational.
Definitely.
It does make me mad though that they would cut Traverse Town or like all the stuff that they cut.
Oh man, we'll get into that in a minute. Let's keep. We definitely have this on our list. But what's next on our list here? Next thing I have is a story pacing and clarity that kind of pushes in from the voice acting thing.
I was under the assumption that they were gonna clear up a lot of stuff, just like talk to me like, explain it to me like I'm 5, you know?
Well, especially because throughout the game they kind of make it seem like they're like, hey, remember those 20 games in between Cage 1, 2, and 3? Well, forget about that shit.
Yeah.
And then,
but
you know,
sometimes they try to make callbacks. And they're like, oh, you remember this thing? I'm like, no.
It's like, no.
I didn't play that game. I played the core ones in the series.
Totally, and as far as I was concerned, you didn't give a fuck about that earlier, and now you do for some reason.
They do. There are
all these
characters
come back.
Nice of him to show a little
scenarios. I could probably count them on one, if not definitely 2 hands, where they definitely dumb it down and explain it in a sentence. And when I saw that, I was like, why the fuck did it take a game for me to figure that out?
Yeah. Seriously,
and
dude.
you explained it in a sentence.
Well, see, and that's what I'm confused about, is where it's like some stuff they seem to gloss over like it's no big deal, and then other stuff they're like, no, this is very important. We need to make sure we explain this, and then it only takes like a sentence, and you're like, oh, I get it. They're evil, like they're bad guys. Yeah.
I came here so
there was other things they just didn't explain nearly enough.
Well,
like the Unversed, for example.
Oh, the Unversed, or
they
even
were in one of the levels, but why? Who are they?
Yeah,
I don't know.
How'd you get your strength back?
I'll go ahead and field this one.
All right.
Yeah, give us your quick
The Unversed
explanation.
are the primary. Actually, I think they're the only enemy in Birth by Sleep.
She was in trouble.
They're so
I wanted to save her
Heartless
with all my
feed
heart,
off of, I think,
it's not like I could tell you
heartless
how.
bodies. So like actual people that lost their hearts get
Yeah.
heartless. And then at the same time, when that happens, a nobody gets created.
That's why I need you.
Unversed
Because I was hoping you might
are
have a
spawned
solution
from
or something.
like
I'm sorry, sir.
like a ton of negative emotion.
Okay, so when that person
like
dies or whatever.
If someone dies and it's sad, Unversed get created. If someone is trapped, like I'm in the darkness and there's no getting out, there's no hope left, and Unversed is made.
Okay, interesting. See,
But
but
they didn't
that's what I'm
mention
saying, is that they literally, there's that one scene in the Monsters Inc. world where it dropped down and he's like, oh, it's the Unversed, they have a different symbol. And then that's the last time you ever talked about it. And it's like, okay, I guess we're moving on now.
I even watched, there was, all the things you were supposed to watch to get caught up. They didn't mention the Unversed once.
Yeah, no, they never do.
They didn't talk about that shit.
Another inconsistency I find is when especially in the Disney, pretty much every fucking Disney World you go to.
You mean every world?
Every world,
have
every
other worlds
fucking
now.
world. Yeah, you're right. That's all it is Disney now, because fuck Final Fantasy characters.
You got Twilight Town and the Keyblade Graveyard.
Yeah, right. That's all you got for Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy related stuff. Or
not even Final
yeah,
Fantasy.
just that kind of style.
Final
Right?
Fantasy.
Just cut it all.
We'll cut that. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But in every single fucking world you go to, maybe except for the Hercules world, the stories are so slimmed down and cut down just to give you the bare fucking minimum to get to the next part. It's bonkers how they get to one thing and then another sometimes.
I think it's most apparent in the Pirates.
Oh,
world,
absolutely, 100%.
Because
I agree.
It literally takes place from beginning to end in the third movie. And there's just like, there's random cutscenes that mean nothing. Just like, oh, you're here now. That's basically the
exactly. And even at that, it takes place in the third movie, but most of that story you go through has nothing to even do with the third movie of Pirates, which is already a confusing movie at that. And then there's just that whole section in the middle where you're with Jack Sparrow, like, surfing the normal sea, and you gotta go to Port Royal and collect crabs for no reason. It's like, why are we doing this? Like, what does this have anything? We were just in Davy Jones' locker, and we're fucking.
It's just
where
like
are we?
A stripped down version of all these Disney movies, and we shoehorned Heartless in somehow.
Yeah.
That was all it is, and we tried desperately. They tried desperately to fit him in there too.
Stripped down is a overstatement. Like, there are literally times where, like, a scene happens, you do some gameplay, and then another scene happens, and that scene is just, you know, minutes and minutes away, tens of minutes away from where it was in the movie, or they didn't even explain it or anything. Like, something I can think of is the Tangled World. There's this one moment where the evil stepmother or whatever finds Flynn's bag underneath the staircase, and then, you know, not a little short gameplay thing later and another cutscene, apparently Rapunzel has Flynn's bag somehow, and, you know, is like giving it back to him or some shit, and it's just like, what? How did we get here?
They teleported halfway across the world, and I never saw the movie, so I don't know what happened. The crown was in the tower, and then it was on the beach. 5 seconds, possessed by different characters. It doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense.
So I assume then, Peter, you were confused why Flynn changed to Eugene.
All of a sudden they were calling him Eugene, and I was like,
Eugene.
what?
That's in the movie.
And then they do explain, oh, we call him Eugene now at the very end of the world. I was like, okay, after you called him Eugene 5 times, and I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
In the movie, if you had seen it, which apparently Disney assumed everybody did.
Everybody's seen it.
Everybody saw it.
It's an alias. Flynn is his alias.
Yeah. That's kind of, it makes sense. But still, they could have explained it to me. They could have told me. They could have showed me one cutscene between these characters where he says, "Oh, my name is Eugene." And instead, we're calling him Eugene now. All of a sudden,
it totally feels like half of every world was just cut at some point because they're like, "I guess it's not done. We need to get it out somehow."
It's been 12 years. We still haven't finished it.
It's insane to me.
Yeah, a lot of this game feels very, very rushed.
Seriously,
Which it shouldn't.
For
12-year development, it should
especially
not feel rushed.
after Final Fantasy 15. It's like I was really hoping to kind of get this game and be like, yes, you guys did it. Like, thank you.
And I've complained about this like in the past years ago.
It's fine. I can take it.
I've heard from people like that I was either talking to or I've seen in message boards like, well, they had to switch to new game engine. It's like, that doesn't mean you have to rewrite the script.
I argued with someone on Twitter about this. They were like,
the script is
no,
fine.
Nomura Obatsu, is that his name? Nomura, the lead designer on Kingdom Hearts. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. Yeah, Nomura Omatsu or something like that. Anyway,
that's not important.
They were like, oh, he has this big plan, and he's been, you know, like he has all of it planned out in his head. I'm like, no. You wouldn't have made 20 extra games on the fucking side if you had a plan. You clearly didn't have a plan at all.
You've got maybe a giant storyboard, and we're like, how do we mash all this shit in?
How the fuck do we put all this in?
My hypothesis is he realized that he didn't explain what he wanted to all in in a reasonable time frame, and so he made up some extra complicated shit and put it in the game for money.
That is 100% what happened. There's, and honestly, Kingdom Hearts 3 is fucking evidence of that, because it feels so rushed at moments where it's just like, you were making this game for 12 fucking years. There's no reason. There's no reason.
Why would it be half as big and long as the one that took you 3 years to make? Why would it be smaller than the one that took you a fraction of the time to make? You're spending more time on less content.
It just seems
it's stupid.
I mean, I could be wrong. I might have to go back through and play Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 1 and actually see how long it takes me to get through. But they felt like more complete games, right? With about the same amount of worlds.
I mean, on average, I would say a Disney World takes about 2 hours in this game.
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
In Kingdom Hearts, probably 1 to 1.5. But then you revisit it.
Exactly.
To clean up
all the shit you did last time.
Yeah. Which is another hour or so.
Exactly, and that kind of like completes out that 3+ hours of content or whatever, you know.
But it makes the story more engaging because you get to reconnect with the characters.
Exactly. You already went there once and you met them, you know. Yeah, and now you get to come back and help them with all this other new shit, you know. And I thought that was gonna happen with this one because that's been a staple throughout the series. But you know. Fuck tradition.
But also, was anyone else upset with the Winnie the Pooh world?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
For real.
Come on.
I've actually always liked the Winnie the Pooh world because I felt like it was varied and you got to do different
little
stuff.
mini games. And instead, it was like, did you want to play this shitty Bejeweled game
for
the whole time? And then also, you have to win by pressing triangle.
Oh
Same
my
with
god.
all the
Yeah,
combat.
so
the whole Bejeweled
stupid.
is just whenever it's up, press triangle, and
Majorly
you win,
stupid,
and then
yeah.
mash X and shoot things randomly. It's not even a
It was
game at that point.
majorly
It's
disappointing.
RNG.
There's not even anywhere else to go other than
one
Rabbit's
area.
house or whatever.
Rabbit's
It's
house.
so
One tiny
dumb.
area.
But in Kingdom Hearts 2, the Winnie the Pooh level was pretty big.
And,
like,
and in the first one too, there was a map you could
Oh, yeah,
go out
yeah.
on. You could
Totally.
walk around,
You could walk
select
around.
different areas of the 100-acre wood.
once again, it just seems like why
it's like
did
if
you
you didn't-
leave that out?
So if you didn't rush it, which you clearly didn't because it was 12 years in
Right?
making,
Clearly.
what is the excuse?
Where is this from? Anyway, I guess next topic is time. We've bitched about these stories quite a bit. I'm sure we'll come back around to that. My next thing was missing content, which we've already kind of gone over a little bit.
I'd like to point out a lot of things.
Go for it, yeah.
I want to point out my biggest grievance with this. Why was Kairi not in this game at all?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, Kairi's always sort of admittedly been a throwaway
but
character.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like her.
They finally had her available.
Yeah.
Before she was the captured princess.
She was the
but now
captured
it's like she's a
princess.
Keyblade master now, but she doesn't actually do anything.
Do anything.
No, you know what happened? She gets captured.
Yep.
Yep. And then you
Yep.
figure out that Sora and Kairi loved each other the whole time.
Oh.
Wow.
Honestly,
Big surprise.
That was actually kind of a feel-good moment for
I
me.
will give you that,
Because
actually.
it
I did.
solidified something. Because for
The
first and
half of the
second
game.
game, I was like,
It was so
okay,
up in
are
the
they
air.
really good friends or are they in love?
Yeah, are they like
And
each
this,
other? What
like,
is-
it was just a simple like his hand was on hers at the end of the game cutscene, and I was like, you know what? That's enough. That's
Yeah.
enough closure.
At
for
least
that.
it's there. It's not just like, oh, she's some random girl.
Yeah, she's missing again, and Sora needs
Yeah.
to find her. Yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
But I'm
um,
really
I was
mad
ready to risk
about
my
no
own.
Final Fantasy characters.
Oh,
how
totally.
are we
That's
not
the
going to
biggest
fight
thing.
Sephiroth?
Once
are you
again,
fucking kidding?
if this game wasn't rushed, then where the fuck are half of the whole
Where's
cast?
all the boss battles? Where's
the boss
all
battles?
the shit?
Not even then. You literally in Kingdom Hearts 2, Aeris, Sid, Yuffie are all integral parts
Yeah.
of the
Hollow
fucking cast.
Bastion as a world is
This
just missing.
huge.
This series wouldn't have progressed without Squall.
God no. God
Also,
no.
Leon,
would you
if
guys,
you
as
don't
children,
play.
would you guys have
And you
played
can
these
spare
games
me
if
the
it wasn't like there's
party
Final
Nope.
Fantasy characters
Probably
mixed
not.
with Disney? I would have been
Probably
like,
not.
oh, it's probably a dumb Disney movie tie-in game. It
Maybe
probably
either way
sucks.
for me, but
But
yeah,
since they put in Final Fantasy characters, something that I do like a lot, and then they just rip them out.
I've always liked Disney. Don't get me wrong.
I like it, but
But
that's not why
I haven't
play
played
the
the
games.
Lion King game
Yeah.
on Sega Genesis
I
like
wouldn't
I played
know.
Kingdom
I
Hearts.
wouldn't
you know?
buy it just because it's a Disney game.
No, the reason it was so cool is because I love Disney, but it also gave me Final Fantasy, which is a
Yeah.
real game I would
It
play.
was
Yeah.
a really unexpected, like, why would you pair those two things together?
Yeah.
And it's because they work really well.
And it's
Yeah.
insane that one of the first fucking cutscenes you see after the whole intro shit is you see this cutscene where they talk about Arn and Cloud, and then they're just nowhere to be fucking
You remember
found.
how many awesome Final Fantasy characters used to be in here?
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Like, remember
right?
how they didn't die last time?
Yeah.
They're dead.
They're gone for some reason.
Well, I guess
missing.
maybe they were trying to tie it in with Sora lost his memory and it affected the world
No,
around him or
no,
something. But
no, I don't buy that.
that's a stretch.
If anything,
that's right.
what I'm expecting, they have to do a DLC where we go to Hollow Bastion, and there are your Final Fantasy
I think
characters.
to be-
Because if not,
I
what's
think-
the point?
I think at the very least, like, I'm very disappointed about the lack of Final Fantasy characters, but at the very least, like, show us what Axel and Kairi were doing.
Yeah, too true.
More than one.
Because
least-
as far as I know, they just sat around and talked all day.
Or even what the
Yep.
fuck were Riku and Mickey doing the whole time? Like
Yeah.
you
they
do
seem
get
like
to-
they're badasses,
You
but
get
then
to visit them occasionally.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
a couple
They're
times.
going to give us a bunch of bullshit tie-in games for the next 7 years.
Oh, you're right.
And that's going to explain what these
And that's
characters
gonna
are doing.
explain what
And
these
I don't
characters
give
are doing.
enough shits to play a whole game
No, I don't
about what
either.
I
Kyrie
don't
was
either,
doing.
dude. I don't
I
either.
don't give enough shits.
I will play
We did what
one
we
more console
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts
Agreed.
games.
Kingdom
Don't
Hearts
play more.
4, and if it's not called Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm not playing it.
I
Yeah,
completely
same.
agree with you. I think we can all
Yeah.
agree on that.
Just name it Kingdom Hearts 4. I don't care what you release next.
I had another point on the missing content really quick before we move
Final
on.
Fantasy.
No,
oh,
Arena.
Well, the arena's one thing. I was gonna say they
Alright, let's
show
circle back.
they
Let's
show
circle
you
back.
all of these places and cutscenes that you go to Destiny Island.
Yeah.
They even go to Hollow Bastion a couple times in cutscenes, where
Yep.
the guy's looking at the computer a lot. And
Yeah, they
there's
went-
that other part where Mickey and Riku are in the
Radiant Garden.
yes.
Yeah.
And then you go to Destiny Island nearing the end, but you never actually get to like set foot there.
No.
Wouldn't
Right,
that have been
no.
a cool nostalgic thing? Oh, I get to hang out in Destiny Island for a little bit. Haven't been here in a long fucking time.
Yeah,
getting
like
lost
my
by the minute.
adventure's over and now I'm
hope I'm
home.
wrong.
Right? That
That
would have
would've
been
been a great
so
ending.
cool. And we got
Yeah.
that bullshit scene at the very end where everyone's on the beach playing together.
I don't get to play
That
that.
made me so mad. I was like, are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me?
The
This
clo-
non-canon bullshit you're about to show me right
The
now?
closest thing that actually
I'm
made
gonna
me
fly
super
ahead.
excited was
You've
when
been
you
a
see
big
the
help,
the
but
door.
Leave the rest to me.
By the,
Yeah, I'll
at
give you
the
that. Right
island.
in the
I was like, that's
Fast
the
King
door
of the
that
Goth.
started it all.
That's the door,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. No, I got
I
you.
fangirled out.
No,
That was
I
awesome, man.
I liked that, and then I never got to
But
set
yeah,
foot there, and I
Yeah.
was very disappointed.
Really, the only thing that I liked about the way it all ended was that maybe, just maybe, we can start a new adventure.
That's
where
exactly
it's
what I was hoping.
just Sora looking for Kyrie, like it was in the
Exactly what I
first
was
one, and we
hoping.
can forget about all the horrible
On-
shit that happened in
Seriously.
the past
On
of the
that
series.
note- on
Just
that
forget
note-
about it. Get rid of these characters.
I still only want that to be like a 10-hour DLC.
Oh,
Yeah,
please.
I would be
yes.
okay with
In
that.
fact, now that you bring that up, my whole idea was I was genuinely hoping I was gonna get to the end of this game and they were gonna pull a Star Wars on me. They're like, you remember all that old bullshit? Yeah, forget about that. We
Yeah.
got all this new shit, and then I would have been stoked. Because at least they got done with whatever the fuck we had,
Yeah.
and, you know, okay, cool, now we get all this new cool shit, you know? But it seems like they're just shoehorning us into another
as-
fucking Kingdom Hearts thing.
all it is-
As far as content goes, I feel pretty confident in saying that like they made a lot of improvements, and I'm not gonna belittle that at all.
Yeah.
But it does still seem like they took one step forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah.
100%.
All
I
they did
couldn't
with
agree
the
with you more.
story of this game is tie up a bunch of loose ends that I didn't care about because I didn't play all the games where they made these loose ends. I played Kingdom Hearts 2, and then there was this one where it was a bunch of characters I'd never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that,
Okay.
I think that's a serious problem. A series
problem.
Yeah.
No, I like
A serious problem.
Yeah.
It is serious.
It's very serious.
It's
yes.
a serious problem.
Yeah.
It like the fact of the matter is, if you didn't play Birth by Sleep, you don't know what the Unversed are. If you didn't play Chain of Memories, you don't know why he has to thank Namine. If you didn't
I don't know
play,
who Aqua, Terra, and Ventus
if you
are. I
didn't
don't
play
know
Birth
who they
by
are.
Sleep, you aren't invested in them at all.
The only
And
reason
that is probably the biggest. Those are the
Yeah.
3 biggest characters that you should be invested
when it came
in.
to the end of the
Yeah.
game, especially, it's like, oh, these are important people.
They're
Yeah.
The only reason I knew anything about them was because I watched a YouTube catch-up video before I played. So just because I wanted to make sure I wasn't totally missing everything, you know? And that helped a little bit, but I'm still on the bandwagon with Peter a lot of the time where it's like, there was a lot of moments in this game where I'm just watching stuff, I'm like, I have no fucking clue why this is happening.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get to the next part because I just want to see how the Kingdom Hearts is gonna, you know, go out.
What's
or
happening?
right.
Who are these
yeah,
people?
why are these people here and why does it matter, you know? Shit, man. Anyway, missing content. We have anything else to say about that?
There's a lot missing.
Yeah.
there
I mean,
is.
why couldn't we go back to Hollow Bastion, Traverse Town?
Seriously.
Seriously.
Or
just
at least
Traverse-
Jack
just
Skellington
Give us a
World.
little
That'd be
bit,
dope.
right? Just
Yeah.
a little bit, man.
Yeah,
Why?
that actually reminded me of something that you and I discussed before Peter got here. The selection of Keyblades or lack thereof.
Oh God, for real, right?
There's
You don't
only
get
like 12 of
Oathbreaker,
them.
you don't get
Yeah.
Fenrir, you don't get anything cool.
I was, especially because I was hoping that there would be a lot of like different kind of Keyblades you can pick up. Especially in the first one, you picked up a Keyblade from every level. But then there was also like a bunch of side Keyblades you
Yeah.
could get or couldn't get, you know.
There
Yeah.
were a few side Keyblades in this one. I think there's
There are 4 of us.
3, not
Yeah,
including
3
not
maybe?
including the ultimate weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It was cook all of Chef stuff, play all the video games, or get Ultimate Weapon.
Yeah.
Those are your options for hidden Keyblades.
Stupid, dude. It just, seems so wrong. Like
half of what I expect.
After Kingdom Hearts 2, how can you rip out half of the content from that and then be like, here you go, Kingdom Hearts 3?
Be happy.
Like,
don't climb up our butt about this.
I feel like after like in order of importance, the Kingdom Key is probably like the most iconic. But then after that, it's Oblivion and Oathkeeper.
That aren't in there.
I was baffled when you did not pick up Oathkeeper or Oblivion.
Yeah.
That literally baffled me because that has been a staple throughout all these games.
It's because apparently Roxas owns them.
I guess.
Yeah, for some reason. And Riku gets to run around wielding Fenrir for some reason, even though he never killed Sephiroth.
That's another. This might be. What do we have up here? I don't want to skip talk.
Next is battle system and equipment system. Those sort of go together.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess this is more along story. Why does Riku's Keyblade break?
Oh my god, yeah.
How?
I thought, we were talking about
That's
this earlier.
the first time that has ever happened.
I didn't think Keyblades could break.
Yeah.
They're magical weapons.
Also, do you remember when Keyblades were cool because Sora had one and nobody else? And then,
Totally.
King Mickey has one. everybody but Donald and Goofy in the whole series.
It's like, why
Heroes
not?
and villains, they all have Keyblades.
Why
It's like,
not
why?
just give Donald and Goofy Keyblades at this
Yeah,
point?
at this point, just give them both Keyblades because they're characters too. Every character should have a Keyblade now.
It just seems so silly to me. It's so dumb. I can get that like they were trying to expand the whole Keyblade War thing and show you that there's a lot of people that can have Keyblades. But even then, it shouldn't have been every fucking person that just wants one, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like being
I went
a
down to the
master
Keyblade
today.
store and I bought a Keyblade.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the first game, don't they mention something about Keyblades being like, actually, you know what? I know for a fact that the only reason that Sora and Riku can wield one is because in Birth by Sleep, Terra and Aqua visit Destiny Islands when they're all still really little kids, and they pass that power on.
God, that is super dumb.
Terra gives Riku the power to wield a Keyblade, and Aqua knows that and gives it to Sora, I believe. I haven't played Birth by Sleep in a minute, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes down.
It's still dumb that you can just give someone a
stupid.
Keyblade.
It's stupid.
It was supposed to be like, you were the chosen one.
You are the chosen.
You were my brother and I loved you.
Even then, it's not like, here's a Keyblade, it's here's the power to awaken a Keyblade.
Yeah, exactly. And then you actually have to figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
Which would even be fine, but it's like, apparently everyone is capable of doing it, which is super annoying.
Yeah.
Oh God, just obnoxious
just makes
shit,
them pointless.
man. Yeah, it really
it's like,
does.
why in the first two games, why was Sora going around doing this instead of anyone else
Literally
in the whole universe?
anybody else,
if they all had Keyblades
what makes
this
Sora
whole
so
time?
fucking special? You
I
know?
know.
Nothing. As it turns out, nothing makes Sora special except for that he's friendly.
It's clear that he is special, but we don't know why outside of, he's a really good friend to everybody.
Right? Yeah.
That's
He's a
not
super
cool.
nice guy most of the time, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, this is stupid.
That's the lamest superpower
I'm an adult,
Yeah.
okay? This is not adult content.
If Sora were a superhero, his name would be Super Best Friend Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. That's all he's good at, is being nice to people. Did you have any closing words on the missing content?
I wanted to talk about the battle system.
Alright, let's hop right into that.
Wait. We did miss something. The Colosseum.
Gone.
Oh, that's right, yeah. It's just gone. It's gone. Okay, so when we first were going through the Hercules level, I was thinking, you start at the bottom, you go all the way up to Olympus. I bet at the top of Olympus there's going to be some sort of Colosseum.
And that would have been the natural progression, because in Kingdom Hearts 1, the Colosseum is on Earth, Hercules Earth. In Kingdom Hearts 2, it's in the underworld. Why would 3 not be up in...
Right?
Instead, there just isn't one.
It's also weird, because you literally get all the way up to Mount Olympus. There's this open gate to this empty fucking area, and then Zeus stands right in front of it, and he says jack shit to you.
It looks like a Colosseum.
Right? It even looks like it. It's like, did you guys just forget that, that was something that Kingdom Hearts had?
You didn't realize that was always in there in the past?
And I mean, it was always something that, like, in the beginning it was tedious, but as you progress through, you unlock some pretty awesome accessories, Keyblades. You get stuff for proving you can beat
totally.
the Coliseum, and they just threw that away.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, yeah, it's a little tedious in the beginning, but I always like the idea that I can always go back and there's waves of Heartless I can fucking
well,
fight.
Well, also,
you know?
if you do manage to get through the arena very early, you get a sweet-ass Keyblade or something, you know, and then you can go and wail on some shit with it.
I never even thought about doing it that way.
I used to do that as a kid. You used to go and do it early. It would be hard. It would be a challenging fight, but it was worth it.
Definitely.
But now, instead, they just removed it altogether.
There's really, in this game, there's not really anything you can like do to get ahead of the game. You know, it's always like, nope, you gotta wait, gotta get to the next cutscene or whatever.
And like
know?
in the first 2 games, by the time you were finished, you were definitely above level 50. In this game, I beat it at like 36 with no grinding.
Yeah, I would think I think I was level 40 by the time I beat it or whatever.
I was 50 because I was very, very thorough. I went around every area twice. I looked.
You probably didn't have any issue with last bosses.
Oh no, I died exactly once in the whole game.
Jesus Christ!
I lost my Koopa coin once, and then I forgot to buy a new one, and like a day later I died. And so then after that, I never lost a Koopa coin. Never got my health down to 0 except for that.
I'll admit, by the time I got to the last bosses, I was around level 40, and it definitely took me a couple shots to get through it, just because like I don't think I was strong enough to be there, you know.
And I died once, but I didn't play on proud mode.
No, I was on proud mode, and it was still super easy.
I was scared.
And it was never difficult. It was always more one of those things where it's like, oh, they're doing way more damage than I possibly can heal, you know.
About 2 hours in, probably. It was after Olympus, but I realized like I should have just played on proud mode.
I know too well what
I switched to potions, to high potions, in the very last like fighting area.
Yeah, same here.
In the
Same here.
Keyblade
I was using potions
graveyard. That was when I switched to high potions, and even then it was kind of like I could still use potions.
Totally.
If I had any more, I would still be using.
I had decked Goofy and Donald out so that they would literally just heal me like none other, you know? Which is cool that you can do that all the time.
And also, I totally forgot about this.
I think it's because you
I like the changes they made to the commands that your party makes. Like you can have Donald.
Like do the flare force and stuff like that.
No, like make Donald heal me only in. I feel like it was a lot more defined.
Definitely.
That was really good.
That was great.
Because
the customization options.
You could be like Sora only.
Controlling the AI.
Yeah.
I took him off emergency. I was like, go crazy. If my health is down, give it to me, you know?
It was still very unnecessary because this game is so easy.
Yeah, because you can always press triangle.
Exactly.
It was a very good idea.
Yeah, and even when it was getting difficult for me, there was always that moment where like, press triangle, just keep whapping that. You know,
and then you'll do a ton of damage, your
mana
will come back, or maybe
I'm good to go.
You'll finish the fight from one triangle.
How many times did you guys summon?
This look familiar?
Never.
Yeah, a couple times.
I did it once.
I think I tried each of them once.
I don't think I've even tried all of them.
I never once ate food. At the end of the game, at the end of the game, it tells you what your favorite food is, and it said 0x for me because I never ate a single food.
It's largely pointless.
Yeah.
It's like, what did you want? One more strength, one more magic? Who cares?
If there was like a critical mode or something, I could see trying to stack points and stuff like that.
I was like, I'll eat some food if ever I come across something that's hard and I need to get a buff
first.
That's what I thought. But instead, that never happened. And I just flew through the game. It was easy.
I was collecting food, you know, just in case I needed it, but I never fucking.
The only reason to collect all that shit is to get the little chef Keyblade that I have.
The mini games were a total pain in the ass too, so I never really wanted to.
The mini games always were a pain in the ass, you know. That's kind of a Kingdom Hearts special, is pain in the ass mini games.
I just wish they would have done it like Final Fantasy 15. Like, I have the ingredients, let me make the shit, you know. Like, I already farmed this stuff.
I was gonna say, today I was looking through, and maybe I just haven't unlocked the dish yet. But I was looking through something that increased my item drop rate. Because I'm trying to build the ultimate weapon right now.
That would be helpful for that.
So I need some synth materials.
Yeah.
But I hate the fucking food system.
Cooking, yeah.
It's just not good.
And like every single food you can make raises like either health, attack, magic, defense, or a combination.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Stupid.
Something I thought was, while we're on the topic of food, something I thought would have been so easy to. You remember when you were playing Final Fantasy 15 and there was a dedicated character named Ignis who cooked food for you? How easy would it have been? Just put fucking Ignis in the goddamn kitchen for one goddamn second, just so I felt good about there being a fucking Final Fantasy character.
I didn't even think about that, but that would have been genius.
Why? It just screaming like, why? It seems
Instead,
so
they
stupid.
put Ratatouille in there, and they didn't even call him by his real name.
I know, it's Little Chef.
Little Chef.
Excuse me, it's Remy? Nope,
Yeah,
it's
he
Little
has a
Chef.
name, by the way.
That's ridiculous. Why? What? There had to have been some weird legal thing there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why would they not call him
crazy.
Remy, his name? Did they think that we didn't see Ratatouille? Because
Right.
I did see Ratatouille.
No, Disney-
What I didn't see was Frozen and Enchanted.
Disney thinks you've seen every Disney movie.
They assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except when it comes to fucking Ratatouille, apparently.
Yeah, then they assume you didn't.
They're like,
There's
no
this-
one knows who this
No
is.
one knows who this little
This is
mouse
just a mouse.
It could be any rat.
Yeah.
That stupid. Why?
Waste of a Disney character.
Why?
Waste of an opportunity to
Please,
shoehorn
at
a
least
Final
just
Fantasy
explain
character.
to me why Square.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense.
All right,
Let's go
what's
on.
up next?
We complained a bit about the battle system and how you just press triangle to win.
Okay.
I still got more.
Battle system and equipment system, I'm gonna pour those together because they're kind of similar.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything that has to do with stats or battling people, hit me. Give me that vape.
So like I said earlier off camera. Whoa.
Sniped me, dog.
Off camera, I mentioned to you earlier that I don't miss drive forms,
Where'd
but
the Heartless go?
I would have preferred them over every Keyblade having a
rest
transformation.
I
All you
kinda-
have to do
and
is
they
hit them a
spit
few
you out
times,
fast.
and then it's just
Again, it's too
Super
much too
powerful.
often. It's
Yes,
like the
exactly.
any triangle
Exactly.
abilities. If those had been a
I know you
quarter
feel
of the
invincible.
time, 1/4 as
Yeah.
often available,
Are
then I would have
you
enjoyed
alright,
it.
Mickey?
But instead, you can always go into
Always.
a drive form.
Yeah.
It's basically you play
Thanks
the
to the
whole
new
game in
gear.
drive or shooting spells.
But
That's
And-
it.
And then it's like, I love the idea of your weapon changing as you do more damage and stuff. I think that's awesome. That's a cool idea.
yeah.
The issue is that as soon as you change your weapon, you become so fucking overpowered, and you can use that. All you gotta do is hit an enemy a couple times, you know, and then
Fight.
yeah,
Every
every
single
fucking
fight.
fight, every fight. Yep.
It's like in Final Fantasy VII, you limit break every single mob.
Right?
No.
Most of the time, I'm annoyed after a fight because I'm trying to open a chest and I'm accidentally hitting all my fucking triangle
I know
moves,
what
you
you
know?
mean.
And you're like, no, I just want to open the
stacked
chest.
4 of these
Still
because I
down
wanted to
here
do the
alone.
actual
That-
combat, and I
that's
refused to
something-
press triangle.
That's something that Final
know.
Fantasy 15 suffered from.
What if
Pickup
she's
was the
feeling
same
you
as the
scared
jump
and
button.
alone?
Oh,
What?
yeah, I remember
felt
that.
the
That
first
was
time I
stupid.
came here.
Why would you do that?
Oh
How
man.
long
Well,
are we
it's just,
supposed to keep
and
them
honestly,
waiting
I
in
can't
this
help
awful
but
place?
compare this game to Final Fantasy 15 because it's just like, there's so many things that they did with Final Fantasy 15 that I see in this game where it's just like, what the fuck are you doing over at
And
Square
it's
Learn your
weird,
Enix?
damn
'cause-
lesson.
Right?
No, Nomura, I remembered his
Strong
name,
like Sora.
directed both games. And
Yep.
15 was...
He actually had to step off of
Okay.
15 to work on Kingdom
And
Hearts 3.
I want to say that
Then I guess
15
she's
was
gonna be all
pretty
right.
universally disappointing.
Yeah,
Perhaps
oh,
Sora
definitely.
could
It
fall
got
into
pretty
any darkness
okay
and
reviews,
swim
but
his way
definitely
out.
most people who are Final Fantasy fans
Yeah.
were fairly disappointed for
I'd
sure.
say it was a good game, but it was a bad Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
game.
Agreed.
Same with this. Decent game.
Decent game, not
Terrible
a good Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
game. And it just shows so
We
bad.
expected
Keyblade
something
anymore.
like the other Kingdom Hearts, and then they
Might as well
scrapped
leave it here.
everything from
Raped
it.
it.
They just wrecked it.
It's like
For
they
the
had
other
took an
one.
avocado and took all the good
All
shit
the-
out of
and
the
then put the pit
inside.
back in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then put the pit back in, and you're like, well, it's kind of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
No.
Technically, you slapped the name
Bullshit.
Kingdom Hearts on the box, but
I should have had more, especially being able to hold 3 Keyblades. I should have had more Keyblades than
Yeah,
I
knew
never
what to
dual
do
wielded
with.
them.
I-
Come on, man.
I would, you asked me 100 times, every single time, I would sacrifice the ability to hold 3 Keyblades at once for the ability to have 2.
100%.
Because
Oh, yeah.
I
100%.
only use what I said.
One
this
Keyblade
earlier,
at a
too.
time.
Like, never in the history of Kingdom Hearts has one person ever uttered, "Wow, I'm in this fight, but I really wish I chose a different Keyblade."
Right?
Nobody has ever said
Nobody
that.
has ever done that before
No,
because
no,
each
baby.
Keyblade was meant
I
for
still
something
learned a lot.
different, and you use that Keyblade when you wanted to,
Sora,
or you just use the strongest one
Yeah.
and win.
Yep.
And oh God, why? Other things that piss me off about the battle system.
Real soon.
The momentum. This is something I was talking to Ryan about
Flow
earlier.
motion, yeah.
Flow motion or any of your movement moves, almost every time you use one of these moves, you lose all of your momentum by the end of doing it.
Yeah.
So whenever you dash, by the end of that dash, you lose your momentum.
You
When you do
stand
a
for,
second
like-
jump, you lose your momentum,
Yeah.
you stand for a second.
And
When you fly, it takes a moment. When you go to slow motion and you jump up or jump off, it takes a second for him to figure out where the fuck he is in 3D space.
In Dream Drop Distance, flow motion was so...
That was awesome.
Yeah, you flew around everywhere. You could just jet around, being crazy.
Constantly.
But in
dashing everywhere.
Nope.
Yeah, it just... Why would you give Sora all these movement abilities, all these, you know, actively use these abilities to get around and get around enemies and stuff, but then every time you use them, you just lose all of the speed that you had. So it's like you're constantly trying to dash and go up and dash and...
I think abilities kind of fall under the battle system category.
Definitely, absolutely, yeah.
You start off with like 24 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, it doesn't make any sense considering they're like, Sora lost all his abilities, except now he can run up walls, he has dash, he has fire, he has all of his abilities, except he lost them all.
Yeah.
Did you manage to figure out where
It's totally dumb. We were talking about Scan earlier, where it's like, if you're just gonna give it to us, why even have it at all?
Just have
Why
that
are
be
you
included.
making me waste AP points?
An AP point for this.
Just
It
so I
just
can
seems
turn it
silly,
off if I
right?
want,
It
which
just
I
seems
don't,
so
nobody would.
silly.
Can I
Why would you do that?
Dumb.
God, that kind of leaks into the
What about
equipment system in general.
and I once visited.
Honestly,
But that's where her trail ends.
Like, as far as armor and accessories, it's pretty much the
traces of
same.
their
Like,
families.
how do you
It's
mix it up?
very similar, but the problem I have is
darkness.
there's that cure converter move, and every ring, for like the last 7 rings in the game, has cure
You're saying
converter.
so,
That's
yeah.
the only move. Have you
Sora
noticed
was
this?
dragged
They
into
all
the
have
abyss
cure
during
converter. Your
the
Orichalcum
exam.
ring, your
And
Phantom
I
ring,
went
your
in
Sorcerer
after him.
ring, your Wizard ring. They all just have cure
So I
converter.
What's
think
that
if we
ability do?
find
All it does
someone
is make
who's
it so
really
that you can
close
use
to
your
Aqua,
forms sooner and
and
just
they
based
make
on
the
using
dive.
cure. So if you use
They
cure,
can
it's
make
like
the
doing an
dive.
It
attack. It
adds
gives you
to,
one of those
like,
little
a
things.
thing, yeah.
And that's a useless, shitty ability.
What a useless
And they
shitty
put that
ability.
on every
sure
item.
even
Well, I was gonna
all
say,
of them.
in,
It's ridiculous.
In 365 over 2 days or
Yeah.
whatever that game is called,
was the only one who knows
they had
why.
a really cool equipment system where you could like modify your equipment for
nobody
the kind of
seemed to
build
tell
you're going
engines.
into,
Uh-huh.
and that was
Aqua
cool.
was the
And I thought they
last.
were gonna transfer that over into this new
So
one
Aqua.
because you know that would make
That
sense.
would be cool.
All these games that we
Finding
made,
all
maybe we
3.
could learn from that and adapt it to our new fucking game.
teacher
But no,
No.
they're just like let's use the old one but make it less good.
Yep.
That
I mean,
makes
Let's
sense.
give them old shit, but strip it of all its parts.
My opinion on it is nothing new, but nothing old. So I honestly don't have any complaints.
Fair enough. I wouldn't say
because
it,
I never actually played 365 over
Fair enough.
2
Didn't play
days.
that one either.
I watched the cutscenes in the 1.5 HD remix.
And admittedly, I only played the first little bit of that game, and that's kind of where I picked it up, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting
But
idea.
still,
you know?
the equipment
But
system
still, it
left
just-
a lot to be desired.
It definitely
different
feels like it
abilities
needs an
from the
update.
items and way more keyblades. Give me 1,000 more keyblades instead of
Especially if you're
12
gonna need 3
total.
slots for Keyblade.
crazy.
Like, why?
I shouldn't be able to
pretty
equip a
convincing.
quarter of the keyblades that are in the
Yeah,
game.
Exactly.
Especially
Better
when
not
most of
let
the
us
time it's
down.
a magic or an offense
Yeah.
Keyblade, you know? So it's
And
like,
then-
really, I only need 2
Yeah.
of them,
And
right?
in the
To
last
add
series
to
of
it-
Worlds, they just gave me 2 attack keyblades.
Oh my god, right?
They
I
didn't
noticed
give
that.
me another magic
That was
one.
also upsetting, yeah.
And so it's like, I
And-
guess I'll use an old keyblade.
And to add to the
and connected with
pointlessness of
others who
switching
could be
between
the
3
link we
keyblades,
need.
they put in the
plan,
keyblade
sir.
upgrade system, which I think
Aqua
is
and I will
great.
reach
Yeah.
out
Oh,
But
it's
the
awesome.
problem
and
is,
see if we can
you don't
find
have
any
the
sort of
materials
clues.
to upgrade
But
3
first-
Almost
keyblades.
never, yeah. And most
You
of the
have to
time you have
farm for that
materials to do
shit.
like
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
upgrade on one Keyblade you want, and then you get to wait a long time until you find some other
another one.
upgrades, you know?
Clean
And
path.
no, I agree. I like
So,
the idea that,
we're gonna
oh,
need to
if
get
I want, I can
replacements
use the
before
Kingdom
we can
Key and I can
Yeah.
upgrade that. That's great.
Which you and I did.
Which I use that a lot.
With
But it's like you don't find the upgrade materials enough for it to even be worth it. Because a lot of time I went back in there and I was like, oh,
Yes,
I
sir.
can't do anything, or I can do one thing. You know, better decide on what Keyblade I'm using for
That
the rest of the
was
game.
helped a little bit if you did go through all the worlds and find all the chests.
Right.
Like,
I
I found a
believe
it.
huge chunk of the chests, and there was a lot of
There-
Keyblade upgrade materials in
There,
those chests.
yeah,
But
and
if you're just running through the game, you're not going to see half these chests. You
for
know?
example, in Pirates, and
No
only in
fair.
Pirates for some
What
reason,
about my
you can
outfit,
actually
master?
loot an Orichalcum Plus from the chest,
Ah.
which is one of 7 that you need for the ultimate weapon.
I think I picked that same one.
I think I found one
That,
or two
well, there's an
Orichalcums.
Orichalcum and an Orichalcum.
Oh, I might have
Plus.
just gotten the Orichalcum.
The Orichalcum's a lot more common than it used to be.
It
too.
is way more common,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've noticed that.
Do we have any more gripes about battle systems?
I think we should probably move on. I gotta take a
Oh,
Wicked Whiz.
one thing I liked about
If you got a whiz, go for it.
Alright, I'm gonna take a piss.
I was gonna say too, I know Spencer, you probably don't want to hang out forever. Ryan, could you possibly get Peter home if he stays later, or is that too much?
I was planning on leaving right after this.
That's fine. No worries. Then we'll just keep rolling through the stream out when Peter gets back. What else can we talk about when Peter gets back?
I honestly, I thought it was neat that in Kingdom Hearts 2, in order, like, the recipe for the ultimate weapon called for 13 Orichalcum pluses.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously only 7 exist. So you have to make, I think you had to make one of everything to get, like,
yeah, exactly.
to get everything
all the
cut in
materials
half.
in the Koopa.
That was kind of cool.
No, I agree. Well, the synthesizing in general is a lot more dumbed down. In fact, there's not really any reason to make things unless you need them, because there's no level up system or anything like that. In Kingdom Hearts 2, you had a synthesized level, you know, and you could synthesize it to a certain amount and stuff. But in this game, it's like, oh, if you have the materials, make whatever, you know.
Yeah, if you're trying to min-max, which I am, just so I can fight what I assume is a stupidly easy optional boss.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I plan on doing.
Yeah,
anyway.
I know, absolutely.
We'll see if I get the ultimate weapon first, or all the accessories and armor that I want first.
Well, yeah, and I was gonna say, kind of on that note, it's like I got to the end of this game yesterday, and honestly, the feeling I had where I was just like, you know what, I could come back to this later, and I can probably get whatever I need to. But I really am kind of done with this game right now. I need a break. I need to do something else. Like,
no, I definitely, I didn't expect it, but I ran into a lot of moments where I was like, I just need to do something.
I know what you mean. Genuinely, there was multiple times where I was just hit a wall where I was like, I know I need to do this and it won't take me that long, but I just don't feel like it at all.
That's any game, but this game in particular, just like, I need a break.
No, I know what you mean. It's just...
It's monotonous.
It feels like it goes 100% and then doesn't give you, you know, the extra 20% that you needed to understand what's going on, and then you're all of a sudden at this point where they've went through all this shit and you're like, I don't know. I guess we're going to the next world now.
Yeah,
like I guess it's time for that. I don't know. It's just silly. It seems silly.
The whole game was just like, get through these 8 Disney worlds so you can see the ending.
Totally. Exactly. I didn't feel any want to be in these worlds or like explore them that much, you know?
I've had some worlds, like Tangled in particular, where I am just going hard because I want to get out of here.
Totally. There was definitely a couple levels like that where I'm just like, I need to get the hell out of here. I'm done being here. I just want to get to the next cutscene so I can get to the next world and on and on and on.
Alright, what's next?
Well, next thing's world design, so we're going to talk about that a little bit.
I really enjoyed a lot of the world design, except for when they got too big.
Yes.
They couldn't figure it out with the Toy Story world and the Pirates of the Caribbean world. It was too much.
The Big Hero 6 world felt that way to me too.
They didn't guide you anywhere through it. It was sort of like, here is one point, and there's a point over there that eventually you got to get to.
I don't know why they put in even one open world.
Yeah,
that doesn't make
3
sense.
of them seems like way too much.
It just seems excessive. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially at first, I was like, "Oh, cool! There's this big open area I can explore," and then you end up exploring that whole area and realizing it's fucking vacant.
Yeah.
There's just nothing there.
Sure, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's super pretty to look at, but I was expecting, like, cool things to press triangle on, maybe some little thing.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, in the Toy Story world, there's a couple times where, like, you can fight the robots or whatever and get a chest. Honestly, maybe that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head here. But, you know, there was a couple cool moments like that, and then the rest of it is just vacant halls with nothing but a Heartless down the way or something like that. And why?
And that combined with not giving me a marker, telling me where to go, means I have to wander around and it's empty.
If you're gonna do open world, you gotta give a marker. Because, like, this isn't Morrowind.
Yeah. No, true.
Tell me where to go. This is Kingdom Hearts. I'm not about to stick around in one world for 3 hours to find my next
Exactly.
objective.
It's a pretty
There's nothing to discover.
There's nothing to dick around doing.
Exactly.
I can kill Heartless.
Yeah,
you start at the beginning of the world and you go to the end of it. You know, it's pretty straight.
Upon a side quest.
No, yeah, totally. It's not gonna happen. It's not like I'm gonna be wandering through Traverse Town and some random bro will come up to me and be like, you know, have you seen this whatever?
Yeah.
That never happens. It's always, hey, start here, and eventually you're gonna end up at the end, and then you're gonna leave.
It's almost empty between here and there.
It's just.
There's a few chests and a few emblems.
Yep.
Especially, once again, earlier I was saying, like, the Hercules level. I feel like they did a good job at that. At the beginning, you started out at the bottom, and you slowly make your way up to the top. It takes a while. There's some cool places and cool stuff to do on the way up. That feels awesome.
They guided you straight through it.
Straight through it. Which is how Kingdom Hearts should be. And then they tried to experiment with these open areas, which I'm not against, but fill it with shit. But give me something to do in this world, right?
Giant empty spaces. Nobody wants
that shit. I completely agree. Anyway, I had a lot of fun exploring, but it was mostly the first time through the level, you know? Yeah. And now I know I get to go tediously through all the levels, find the chests I need, or find the you know, Mickey heads.
I did all the exploring I wanted. At this point, I'm looking at a guide. Yeah, there's no way I'm going through there and exploring anymore.
Exactly, and I just haven't wanted to bring a fucking guide.
No, I haven't yet, but I will.
Like with, especially with the Big Hero 6 world, it's too big to try and find lucky emblems because they could be fucking anywhere.
Yeah, and most of the buildings look very similar. And when you get on the ground, it's all the fucking same streets and stuff. There's literally nothing different about it. It's so silly. Why? I love the idea of giving you an open area to explore, but why be? It's just vacant. Once again, coming back to the whole point that, yo, maybe you guys didn't work on this game long enough, or maybe it wasn't ready, or
for
I don't know.
12 years,
did you cut shit out? What happened? Yeah. At least let us know what happened, you know?
Yeah,
last point on my list here is development time frame, which kind of leaks into what I was just saying.
12 years.
12 years.
Let's give them 2 years to regroup. Save him. A decade.
After they lost whatever had to make it on a new engine, maybe 2 years for that. Other than that, it was a decade of making this game that is half as long as the last one.
To segue off of that, one thing I don't understand is, okay, you had to switch game engines. That's fair.
That makes sense. Totally. That takes time. That takes energy.
Next gen came out, you had to update.
That's easy.
The script stays the same.
Yeah.
All the voice acting you did, that's done.
It's all the same. Yeah, exactly. And even probably the storyboards, all that shit was already done. You know, and admittedly they had to redo models, they had to probably redo a lot of the mechanics and stuff like that, but you already have so many building blocks.
Yeah.
How did we get from Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and all these things in between to get here, you know? With this vacant, empty game. Like
what they should have done is just focused on this game. I don't want 3 handheld games.
No, I didn't even want
3
one.
handhelds that I don't own to understand the story.
Yeah, and
you guys couldn't pick one console?
I don't understand why you released 1.5 and 2.5 like once on the PS3, again on the PS4, and then again as a bundle.
Totally. Well, and even then, all the side games, all the web games, all the movies, all of this extra content that more than half of people will never fucking see or understand. And even then, I think at the time they felt like they needed to do something to keep people talking about this series, you know. But it's kind of become a detriment now because now it's so complicated and ridiculous that they need to scrap a bunch of shit. They need to try and explain other things that they feel like people who played these games need. And now it's this giant amalgamation of ridiculousness, you know? And it's really just probably kind of impeded this game, you know, like where it is now.
I'll give you a fun fact, Peter, that I gave Brandon earlier. In the Keyblade graveyard, when Sora rides on all the keys, and that guy that appears, he is, if I remember correctly, because I didn't watch all of it, he is one of the very first Keyblade apprentices of the very first Keyblade masters from the movie Union.
And you guys had to go on without me.
See, and I was
so if you didn't watch that,
yeah, but then it's just some strange guy,
some stranger, someone I've never seen before, and that's the thing is like. I wouldn't say that we're like the most intense Kingdom Hearts fans, especially me and Peter haven't played all those extra games. But it's like I've still been a pretty faithful fan to the original franchise for a long. I've beaten Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 hundreds, not
so
hundreds,
many
but
times,
lots of times.
I think it's very unfair of a company to say, if you don't buy and play and beat all of our games, you're not going to understand the next one.
Totally.
Stupid.
Well, especially Square. Like, out of anyone, they know their games are complicated. They know they make complicated RPGs. Why is this such a fucking stretch for you guys? It really just seems like they didn't have enough time. They needed to get this out, and they cut everything down to the bone.
They had so much time, right? If they really wanted to keep the series going, they should have shat this out 8 years ago.
Totally. In fact, I almost would have been more happy if they would have given me Kingdom Hearts 3 10 years ago, and then maybe now in 2019 they were like, hey, let's rejuvenate the series, forget all that old shit, let's you know, Kingdom Hearts it from the top. I would have been totally happy. In fact, I'd have been happy if this game ended like that, but it didn't.
Nope, it ended with Sora has to go find Kairi. Kingdom Hearts 4 coming 2035.
I was hoping they would have Star Wars'd it, you know, where it's like, at least with Star Wars, Disney was like, yeah, let's forget all that old shit. We're going to make our own stuff, which I kind of respect to a certain point, because at least anyone who hasn't been following that stuff for years and years and years can jump back in. And especially with Kingdom Hearts, the most fucking complicated fucking game ever. It seems crazy that they'd leave some stuff out, leave other stuff in.
What kind of drugs do you have to be on to be like, I want a game that has to deal with light and dark and hearts and replicas and time travel and I don't know, throw some other shit in there, surprise me.
No, if you were on drugs, it'd be simpler than that. That's the thing, is like, I genuinely think
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it's true. I think they literally had to just spread this out as thin as fucking possible, just making shit up along the way. I genuinely think that.
They could have doubled the length of this game and received no complaints.
Easily.
No one
easily.
Nobody in the history of the world has been like, wow, that game was fun, but it was way too long.
Yeah, like, oh, there's way too much content in that game.
If you're engaged, you're gonna play it.
Totally.
If it's good enough.
I mean, look at The Witcher 3, for God's sake. Like, when that came out, it was a huge hit because of that, you know? And nobody would have been complaining if they waited 13 years for this game, and there was 100 hours of fucking content I had to go through, you know? That'd be one thing, but I've never spent 30, 40 hours on a Kingdom Hearts game, and then it's like, meh, I'm good.
It's over.
Yeah.
Persona, one of the most linear RPGs in history, is still super engaging.
Super engaging, and there's so much for you, the player, you know?
As I told you earlier today, I have on Persona 5 200 hours on the dot in that game.
And you're still might be planning on picking up again when it comes out.
I might buy what is it, Persona 5 Resurrection?
Yeah, R or whatever.
I might get it, honestly.
Yeah. No, I'm probably going. I mean, I'm going to for sure. Even though I spent a good 100 hours in that game.
It's just.
It's disappointing. It really is disappointing. Honestly, kind of closing words, I guess, on our stream here. I don't want to make it seem like we fucking hate this game, because that's surely not the case. Like I said, we've been fans of the series for years and years and years. And it's not even that I think it's a bad game. It's just a bad Kingdom Hearts game.
Falls short.
It was disappointing.
It was very disappointing.
It's not what anyone was expecting.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I was, and even when I first got this, I had the days of, oh my god, I can't believe this is actually here, this is amazing, and I was pushing myself, like, I want to know what happens, and then there was just so many times where I'm like, ugh, I have to get to the next part, you know, and I've just never experienced that with Kingdom Hearts. It's honestly sad and depressing to me. I know, as silly as that is, it bums me out a little bit. It bums me out. I'm glad to know that it's finally here. I'm glad to know that we have it and it's a real thing.
It's interesting to see what they were doing all this time.
Yeah.
This whole time, this is what it was.
And genuinely, I think there's some great ideas here. I love the camera. I love that there's the Mickey heads you gotta find. I love, honestly, the battle system. There's a lot of things that they did right, where it's like they just kind of streamlined it, made it faster and easier to get down. And then it just
that was also its downfall too.
Totally, totally. Well, that's the thing, is it does a lot of things right, and then at the same time it doesn't match that. It sucks. It bums me out.
Tough luck.
Such a bummer.
You drew the short straw.
Is there a high note we can end this one?
Yeah, I want to be honest.
I really like the idea that moving forward they can forget about all the old bullshit.
That's true.
And it seems like that's a possibility, because
is over.
Yeah, it better be. It's like the third time they were like, oh, we've defeated the nobodies, but finally, I would like to think that it did finally happen.
It has to have, because
we'll see.
I'm not gonna go into it.
In the next game, though, they're gonna be like, oh, Ansem's back.
Oh, Ansem's here. You remember Ansem from before he was Ansem?
Yeah. What about Ansem's heart versus his body?
God,
what about those as two separate enemies?
Yeah, I'll give you that. I think if there's any high note to come off of on this, it's like at least maybe the next one can forget about all this
tied shit together.
Here's a good high note. The Keyblade Graveyard boss rush section That was fun as hell.
I did enjoy that part. I don't know if I enjoyed it quite as much as you did, but
it was just cool to see everybody fighting everyone that you had to take on single-handedly.
True. I do like
everyone working together.
I like that, you know, after all this time, you finally are seeing all of these pieces finally come together.
Yeah,
and for the most part, destroying the evil that you've been fighting since first game, you know.
Yeah.
That is a little bit satisfying, I will admit. That being said, I don't know. I'm confused. I feel very conflicted about this game for sure. I don't hate it. I just wish it was more. I would love. Oh God, yeah, loving is a far way. I'd love to love it. Yeah,
I want to.
And I'd love to see them hopefully release more DLC and stuff.
I hope so.
That's what they said they're gonna do.
Like I said, right now the only optional boss, he was added in an update, a free update after the game. So I hope they keep doing that. I hope they make some Kyrie and Axel DLC.
Definitely.
I would even play Riku and Mickey DLC in the Dark World.
I completely agree.
Take care.
And I guess if Final Fantasy 15 does give us any hope, it's that they did support that game for years after it came out.
Yeah. And
so
it's the same director.
It's the same people. So I'm
so,
even then, why wasn't this in the game in the first place?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna beat them up too hard about it. I'm sure this was a lot more of a complicated situation than we can see from where we are.
I mean, we don't know what went on behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Maybe half
don't know
their
anything.
Development team died.
Maybe they laid off. But I don't know. You'd think we'd have heard about something like that. But anyway, we're Digital Therapy, everybody. This was our Kingdom Hearts 3 stream review, commentary, introspective, complaining thing. I feel a lot better, admittedly, getting it all out of my system.
I'm glad I can finally talk to you guys.
Yeah, vent it out a little bit. Because this game, or this series, means so much to all of us, I know. And it's just kind of weird to see where it is now.
This is a series that we all kind of bonded over.
Anyway?
Definitely, absolutely. We all.
That's how we met.
Back when we were 12, 13.
In fact, I would go as far as to say I don't know if we'd all be friends nowadays if it wasn't for Kingdom Hearts, which is maybe a little extreme.
That's what brought us together in the first place.
Genuinely. So I feel like we have a very strong love for this game, and once again, it's not that we hate it. It's not that it's a bad game necessarily. Just. It's disappointing.
Bad
Kingdom
Hearts game. Yeah, bad Kingdom Hearts game.
Compare it to the other ones.
Honestly, we've all been bummed out about Square Enix for years now. I don't know if it's anything like super
not shocking.
Yeah, it's more just disappointing. It's like when you do something and your mom is disappointed in you. You know, you're just like it could have been. You could have been better, man. You could have been better.
I feel like their next Final Fantasy might be coming up.
Maybe
we'll see if they can butcher Final Fantasy VII.
Now that they're done with FF15 and Kingdom Hearts 3, I can only imagine we gotta hear something. Honestly, please just scrap all this shit and make new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm done at this point.
Yeah.
Fuck Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Fuck Final Fantasy. Give me something fresh.
New IP.
Yeah. Give me same idea.
I like
gameplay-wise.
Bravely Default, Octopath Traveler. They do make decent new IPs, and then they abandon them.
Anyway, I guess time will tell. Time will tell. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're Digital Therapy once more time. Thanks for watching our stream. We really appreciate it. We were talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we didn't bore you too much with all of our long Kingdom Hearts talk. But anyway, we're working on a video right now, hopefully about Colorado Springs local businesses. If that doesn't work out, I'm sure we'll have another one coming up here soon. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of stuff planned for this year.
I want to throw something in.
Oh yes, Ryan does have things to run.
Very soon, hopefully. Hopefully I can get it up in the next couple weeks, definitely a month. Digital Therapy will have the honor or maybe my permission to I'll be starting a Twitch streaming channel. I like doing Resident Evil games and I like doing them fast. Well, I'll focus on that for the beginning, but I mean I'll throw some other games in there.
Totally.
But
do you have a URL yet? Twitch.
It should just be my username, right?
What's your username?
It's twitch.tv/JUNXFACE. Junk Space. That is the name of my very first WoW character. This guy's brother, Gage.
Yeah.
Good time.
That's your boy.
Yeah, right there.
Anyway, we will keep you guys updated on when Ryan starts to stream, of course. Hopefully we'll have a real DT video up here soon. Sorry for the wait. I've been sick and starting a new job, all this bullshit. I don't need to explain to you. You're watching us for entertainment. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like what we do, and maybe comment down below and tell us what your thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3 are, because we're a little disappointed.
None that I know.
Love you guys. Have a kick-ass week.
Great.
Peace out.